Hello everyone, welcome back to some more of Virtue's Last Reward. Last time, a good amount of things happened, I think. If I remember correctly, I believe we officially found out that... I believe we officially found out that Clover is the same person she was back from 999. Well, I think the two Clovers are the same. They're the same person, okay? That's what I mean. And, what else happened? We looked around, didn't really find anything. Then Quark all of a sudden started spazzing out, trying to end himself. So we had to essentially knock him out and analyze him, only to reveal he has a case of Radical 6, which was apparently some global pandemic thing that happened. Oh well. Anyways, it was then that the chromatic doors kinda opened up and we had to go through them to the treatment center. Quark is in that pod now, and yeah, we basically solved the puzzle already. It's just to put in the key. So, yeah, I guess I just kind of go on. Let's slot this key in. This is the lock for the exit. It says lock right now. Are you ready? Yeah, I'm ready. Okay, let's do this. 3, 2, 1. Alright, now to get out of here and tell everyone else what happened.
An ambidex gate has been opened.
Yeah, somebody already went into the ambidex room, really?
45 minutes remain until ambidex game polling closes.
What the heck?
Somebody else must have opened one of the AB rooms.
Why would they do that? Whatever, we should be heading back anyway. I headed for the door.
Wait!
Clover's voice stopped me. What is it? I turned to see her pointing toward the wall with the treatment pods.
The
Right.
screen, it changed.
What?
The screen on the pod's monitor thingy.
Did it? Still blue. It says recent operational records. Okay. Currently treating one subject, yes. That one subject, of course, Quark. This was the pod we put him into, after all. Let's see. 7:48, one subject released. 8:06, one subject successfully restored. 8:16, cold sleep mode disengaged. Beginning restoration of one subject. All prior records have been erased. Authorization admin. So these things have been used before, huh? I checked the other pods, they were all the same. So at 7:48, one subject got released. Then, about a little over 20 minutes later, it got restored. Then 10 minutes later, cold sleep mode was disengaged for a pod. Then beginning restoration of one subject, huh? Okay. Whoa, what is all this?
I think it's saying that about 8 hours ago, somebody in this pod woke up from cold sleep.
Yeah.
Well, 3 people actually, one for each pod. They all say the same thing, see?
That's before we all woke up, huh? I mean, it hasn't been 8 hours yet.
Yeah.
So the 3 people could be 3 of us. They could have been captured earlier. Don't know how much earlier. Then they were thawed out 8 hours ago and carried into the AB rooms.
Yeah, that seems reasonable. I really don't think there'd be anyone else in here besides the 9 of us. Well, I guess it's actually the 10 of us, huh?
Yeah. If you count the old woman we found, then it would be 10, wouldn't it? So who were the 3 pod people?
Don't ask me. How am I supposed to know that? All it says is subject. A, that's creepy. B, it doesn't tell us anything about who they might have been.
Well, it doesn't say when they were put into cold sleep either.
And this bit, where it says, all prior records have been erased. Authorization admin. That seems pretty suspicious to me.
0 more than likely erased everything. I wonder why they wouldn't just write the time, though.
What?
Well, you said it yourself. The log says 8 hours ago, not like 9:15 a.m. Those minus signs have to mean this far in the past. Oh, I thought it meant like AM stuffs. No, okay. So it's the amount of hours previously. Oh, so cold sleep. It was what was it? Cold sleep got disengaged. Someone got restored, and then someone got released. Ah, that makes more sense. Okay.
Yeah, that is weird.
Maybe Zero Senior doesn't want us to know what the actual time is.
Why not?
Heck if I know. Speaking of things I don't know, why did this stuff suddenly show up? It seems like whatever it was that triggered this activated as soon as we opened the door to leave.
Wouldn't that mean Zero Senior set it up to work that way?
Yeah, but why? That's what I'm asking. What reason would he have to do that?
Maybe he wanted us to see the records.
Perhaps, but he deleted a bunch of the data. Why?
Could it all be a trick?
A trick?
All of these records are fake. Zero Senior just set it up to mess with us.
So you're saying this was just a joke?
Well, I can't say for sure, but it seems possible. Right?
No, it doesn't make sense.
Well, let's ask somebody else. Maybe they can think of something.
Yeah, you're right. If the AB gates have opened, we need to be heading back to the warehouse anyways.
Yeah, and we need to tell everyone what happened with Quark.
We double check that Quark was alright in his pod and then hurry out the treatment center. Alright then. Oh. We're going to, I guess, Warehouse B, the second one, huh? Yeah, they're all blue. Memento Mori. If the ninth lion ate the sun. And white doors, too. That's weird.
It looks just like the other one. Hey, could you show me that map? Yeah, I thought so.
They all lead to the same place. We went... Where did we go? We went through... What door did we go through? We went through the green door. So, we went green. And this is probably where? We went through here. And this is probably the treatment room, right? I think this was open. And then we came... Okay. Huh.
This one is right under the floor A warehouse.
So it is, yes.
Oh, are those?
White doors.
And there are 3 of them.
Okay, let's go take a closer look.
I knew it. These are chromatic doors.
But
See?
they're white. I think all the colors
They've
make
got a little
white,
box
so...
right next to them, just like the others.
So these are the third round chromatic doors, huh? I guess we'll be coming back here pretty soon.
Yeah, well, we might not have to.
What do you mean?
We both have 6 BP right now.
Clover. Yeah, that's true.
We're a
So?
pair, right? And who's our opponent?
Okay, Clover.
Exactly.
Quark.
But he's in the pod right now, so...
Yeah, Clover.
No.
You're not saying we should pick Betray, are you?
Weren't you planning to?
No!
I thought that was why you were okay with option C when we were making the groups.
No, that's not... I thought that with Quark's condition, I'd be able to choose ally and not worry about getting betrayed.
Oh, come on. You don't need to lie to me. We're partners. That means we share the same destiny. So let's not hide anything from each other, okay?
I'm not hiding anything.
Wait, you're serious? You were really going to pick ally? Whoa, hold on a second there. We might not get another chance like this. Let's say we ally and get up to 8 points. We don't know if we'll be able to get any points next round. For all we know, there might not even be a next round. There are 3 other people with 6 BP, right? Dio, Kay, and Phi. What do you think's going to happen if one of them gets 9 points this round?
That's not gonna happen.
Why not?
Phi and Luna are playing against Tenmyoji. He's only got 1 BP left, right? I really don't think they'd pick Betray. If Tenmyoji picked Ally, they'd kill him. The same goes for Dio. He's playing against Alice and Kay, and Alice's BP...
No! Don't even think about that!
Well, I'm sorry, but last I checked, if we get a 9 and we leave, Alice is going to be able to come with us, right? She only has 1. Even if she wins this round, she'll either get a 3 or a 4. That's nowhere near 9. So I agree. But her BP is the same as Tenmyoji's, so unless Dio's willing to kill someone, he won't be able to get his BP to 9.
Then Alice has to vote Betray.
Yeah, that's generally the best defensive
But
choice.
if Dio chooses Ally, then
And?
Kay would have 9 BP.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez. Well, it's just like I said then. If Kay gets 9 BP, then there won't be a 3rd AB game.
Well, that's not necessarily the case.
So it's over when someone gets 9 BP.
Nope. As long as that person doesn't open the number 9 door, the game goes on!
So you think that Kay will stay here, even if he gets enough points to leave?
Probably. I mean, he doesn't have his memories, right? What's the point of him... Well, no, that assumes he has, memories here to begin with, huh? He lost his memories. I think he'd probably stay, though, because if he lost his memories, wouldn't he stay somewhere that's familiar to him? Instead of going somewhere completely different? Or maybe not, I don't know. But I do feel like Kay would more than likely stay here as well. I don't know, but it's possible.
No, it's not!
Well, we can think about how we're going to vote later. For now, we need to get back to the others. There's a couple of things I've got to do when we get back.
Fine.
Okay, back to floor A then. Let's move. I turned and headed for the exit. After a few moments, I heard Clover's footsteps following behind me. Right then, let's get out of here. What is that? Oh, a lever. Well, that was pretty pointless. Why do you even have that scene there? Alright, back to the warehouse. Apparently someone's already opened the AB door, so... Great.
Clover.
Is every door closed except for one?
Oh, thank goodness you're back.
Yep.
Are we the last ones?
Yes.
Yeah? Oh, okay.
Hey, where's Quark?
Tenmyoji's expression was furious, and from the way he was stomping towards me, I feel like I only had a few seconds before I was on the ground with his hands around my neck. I explained what happened with Quark in the pod as quickly as I could.
So are these pod things really safe?
Probably.
Probably?
No, they're definitely safe. He's fine.
Well, are they safe or aren't they? Look, I'm just worried about him, all right? Can you take me to this treatment center, Clover? Don't worry. We've still got 20 minutes left. Plenty of time to go have a look and come back.
Okay. Come on then.
As soon as she finished, she was off. Tenmyoji followed her at her heels, and in the blink of the eye, they were gone, out the magenta door. Alright, you guys got some splaining to do.
I beg your pardon?
You opened the AB gates before Clover and I got back, didn't you? I want to know why the heck you'd go and do something like that.
Sigma, take a look.
As she spoke, Vi gestured toward the line of AB rooms. Only one was open.
It's not like we opened them all up.
So you're saying only one person or one pair jumped the gun here?
Yes.
Okay, then who was it?
I opened it.
So it was you! Figured as
It's
much.
not really a big deal, okay? I mean, you came right back.
Yes, Dio. Yes, it is a big
Why?
deal.
If you hadn't made it back by the deadline, you'd have just defaulted to ally.
No, not just. Are you telling me you didn't know? Didn't you find one of these notes?
What?
We found this in the treatment center.
There was no such thing in the pressure exchange chamber.
Yeah?
I didn't see one in the pantry either.
Yeah, Zero? You just gonna get everyone killed because of an oversight like this? Huh? Well, whatever. You should probably read it, though.
Here are some more AB game rules for you. Not voting is not a option. If both parties refuse to vote, then every bunny gets penalized. In other words, one person out of every color group of 3 has to vote.
You get it now? If we hadn't gotten back in time, Clover, Quark, and I could have died. And you just...
All right, I get it. Sorry. Cut me some slack, though, man. I didn't know.
So you wouldn't have opened the gate if you did?
Of course I wouldn't have. What the hell, bro?
You said the room you went into was a treatment center, right?
Yeah.
If they treat people there, I'd think they'd have shelves of medicine and stuff. Did you find any Accelavir?
No. It's not really that kind of place. It just had those paws and that was it. Besides, if we'd found anything to cure Radical 6, we wouldn't have put Quark in the pod.
I see. Can the pod cure Radical 6?
No, unfortunately.
How do you know that?
Oh, well, it said so on the screen next to the pods. Something about how it can provide relief from the symptoms, but it can't actually cure the disease. That's better than nothing, though. Oh, right, there's one more thing about the pods I should tell you. They can do into cold sleep, too.
Cold sleep?
Are you suggesting that 3 of us were, until recently, cryogenically frozen?
Well, if you can trust what we read, yes.
Which of us are the pod people then?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. It didn't say who they were, or even when they were frozen.
So this cold sleep, that means they basically froze the body solid, right? Not like how a bear or something hibernates where it just slows way down.
Yeah, I think so.
So what would happen to the heart?
What?
Wouldn't it stop when you were put into a cold sleep?
Your heart stops. Your bracelet comes off.
Huh. Oh. So if we go into cold sleep, our bracelets would come off.
Then we can just defrost ourselves right away.
You said there were 3 pods, right?
We'd only need to do it 3 times for the 9 of us.
Uh-huh.
I imagine that will work for you, but perhaps not so much for me.
The armor.
Don't worry. We should go have a look at any rate. We'll be able to come up with a plan once we know more.
Of course.
Alright. To the treatment center, then. These are pretty long 20 minutes.
What? What do you mean the cold sleep function doesn't work?
I'm sorry.
You don't have anything to apologize for, Luna. Zero Senior must have just locked it down.
Because he just heard us, no duh. But when Clover and I were here, it worked.
Yeah, I remember checking it.
Then that bastard set this up. Oh, that's low.
Not really. I mean, he monitors everything, right? Could usually just hear us talking about it and just lock it off instantly.
It is not pleasant, but consider this. We have seen how thorough Zero is. Would he really have left such an obvious loophole?
Maybe I shouldn't have said anything. If Zero Jr. heard me, he could have shut it off.
Exactly.
Whatever the case, it is an unfortunate outcome.
Unfortunate? Really? You sure? Aren't you just a little bit relieved? After all, we were gonna get our bracelets off while you were stuck with yours.
How could you say that? I would never be so petty as...
Before Kay could finish, the announcer's voice echoed through the facility. 10 minutes left.
10 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes. All players, please enter your votes. If no vote is recorded before the deadline has passed, any non-voting parties will automatically ally.
Time's running out. We should get back, guys.
I'm staying here. I can't leave Quark.
Are you nuts, old man? You're a solo. Luna and Phi could kill you.
Oh yeah, they could.
Yeah, I know. I've only got one BP.
Exactly. If you don't vote, you'll default to ally. All they have to do is pick betray.
We won't. You staying here won't change our vote.
Right. We always intended to choose ally. Tenmyoji staying here is just another reason for us to stick to that plan.
Luna has the same number of BP as you, Tenmyoji. Normally, the safe plan would be to choose Betray. Since you will be unable to betray them, then Phi and Luna can choose to ally without worrying about their own points.
Yes.
Well, there you go. I trust Phi and Luna. I'm sure they'll choose ally.
Yeah, sounds good. Alright then, Tenmyoji. You take care of Quark.
You think I need you to tell me that? I won't take my eyes off him for a minute.
Come on. We don't have much time left. We need to go.
Back at the Flore warehouse, we opened the AB rooms.
4 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
That's a neat detail. All but one of them opened. Or all but, I think, one or two of them opened because Quark and Tenmyoji can't vote. Alright, Clover. We should probably head in too.
Okay.
Alright, well, guess we don't really need to think this time, do we?
Sigma, do you remember what I said back in the other warehouse?
Yeah? You told me we should betray Quark since we might not get another chance like this.
Yeah.
Right?
Can I, take that back?
Wow.
I changed my mind a little bit after talking to Tenmyoji. I think we should choose ally.
Hey, that's more than just a little bit. That's like someone trading in a Shih Tzu for a German Shepherd. What the heck happened with you two? Did he say something to you?
I can't tell you.
What? Why?
I just can't. You'd laugh if I did anyway.
I won't laugh.
Really?
Promise.
Well, I still can't tell you.
Hey, come on.
I promised. I told Tenmyoji I wouldn't tell anybody.
Alrighty then. Fine. I won't ask about it again. But Tenmyoji doesn't really have anything to do with this, right? Our opponent is Quark.
No, he does matter. Quark is really important to Tenmyoji. If we betray Quark, we're betraying Tenmyoji. Come on, don't you remember? When we were going into the red, blue, and green doors, Tenmyoji said something.
I didn't say there wasn't anyone I trusted. There's one person, Clover. I just know that you'll keep him safe.
I can't betray somebody who'd say that about me.
Well, you seem pretty ready to betray him back on the Fort B.
That's because I didn't know who he was.
Oh, so now you're saying you know who Tenmyoji really is?
Well, if what he told me was true, yeah.
1 minute remains until Ambidex game polling closes.
Please, choose ally.
Yeah, you aren't gonna try and vote yourself?
If I try, you'll just throw me off, right? I don't think I'm strong enough to fight you. So...
Alright. With that, I turned to face the voting machine. The question was, what would I do? Ally or betray? That's true. Betraying Quark was like betraying Tenmyoji. And that wasn't even taken into consideration that Quark was just a kid. And he was infected with a deadly disease that would almost certainly kill him if we didn't do something. How could I betray someone like that? Only a monster would take advantage of a helpless child for their own gain. On the other hand, what Clover said in Warehouse B was true. It was unlikely that I'd get a chance like this again. If I chose Betray, then I'd have 9 BP. I would be able to escape this godforsaken hellhole.
10 seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
So, what would my choice be? What would I do? Ally? Or Betray? I choose...
3, 2, 1.
Ally. After all, Quark is literally just a kid, right? Plus, well, that whole Tenmyoji and Clover thing has me suspicious.
Round 2 of the Ambidex game has been completed.
Alright.
Results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for your participation. Ambidex gates now opening.
What did you choose, Sigma?
You didn't see me push the button?
No?
Huh? Well, you'll know in a moment. Let's go. I gave her a light pat on the shoulder and headed toward the wall where the results would be displayed.
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please direct your...
Alright. Betray Dio, Ally Tenmyoji. Yeah, okay. For a second there I thought Quark was gonna be... Alright. So no one can leave. Good. And of course Dio picked Betray. Ugh.
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
Makes sense. Dio is more likely to pick Betray because if he just betrays and they pick Ally, he gets 9 and he gets to leave. So I guess it would make sense for Kay and Alice to pick Betray, strategically speaking. Yellow, blue, magenta again.
So you chose Ally, huh?
Yeah, Quark is sick, a kid, and unable to vote. I couldn't bring myself to betray someone like that.
Thank you.
Well, no need to thank me. I only did what anyone would have. So you guys chose Ally too, huh?
Of course. Tenmyoji had only 1 BP left, and he was guaranteed to vote Ally, so there's no way we could betray somebody in that position.
If we had, then he'd...
Yeah, you didn't have much choice. Alice, Kay, and Dio, on the other hand, seemed to have had a less pleasant round.
Hey, what the hell is your problem? You're either crazy or just an asshole. Were you trying to kill me?
No, nothing like that.
Well then, what was it like? If we'd voted Ally,
You would be dead. The needles in your bracelet would have activated, killing you.
See? That's exactly what I'm talking about. I didn't think there was the only way you could possibly vote is betray.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Literally, Alice is at 1. All he has to do is pick Betray, and she'd die. So why would she pick Ally? There's no incentive in that for her.
Picking Ally when I knew you guys would pick Betray would have been suicide.
You can't die. You've got 6 BP.
Well, maybe not immediately, no. But I would have been signing my own death warrant. Heck, not just mine. Everyone except Kay's.
What?
Didn't you think it through? Your vote was always gonna be Betray. Let's say I was a raving lunatic and picked Ally. What would happen to Kay's BP?
6 plus 3 would make 9.
See? Then it'd be game over, life over. He'd open the number 9 door and blow this popsicle stand. And that'd leave us twisting in the wind, living out the rest of our miserable lives stuck in this place. You see? That's why I chose Betray. I did it to save all our necks, including yours.
Alright then. Alice gritted her teeth and scowled fiercely at Dio, apparently trying to think of a rebuttal before finally snorting indignantly and stalking away. Shortly thereafter, the warehouse was filled with the rumbling sound of the doors sliding shut.
The Ambidex gates have closed. Round 3 of the Ambidex game will be the Star Round.
Ooh, the Star Round.
Star keys are required to open the gates.
Alright then.
There is no set limit on usage of the star keys.
Oh, okay. In other words, there's a finite set of puzzles after the white doors. That's basically it. You just have to wait out the timer and keep using the AB rooms over and over and over, huh?
The Ambidex gates can be opened as many times as the players wish to open them.
As many times as we want, huh? Then that means
We can play the AB game as many times as we want. Right?
yeah. Wait, then, as long as we make it to round 3, we can just keep hitting ally, right?
Hey, didn't Zero Jr. say something about this?
As soon as the gates close, your colors get all shuffled up automatically. The pair and solo assignments hop around a bit too.
Yeah, he did. Can you guys all show me your bracelets? I want to see what all our colors and groups are this time. Within moments, a series of wrists were extended for me to examine. Yeah. Wait. Is he red? Green. Red, blue, green. Magenta. Wait a sec. Red, blue, green, magenta. They're all red, blue, green. The chromatic doors are white, right? So... Luna and Clover are a cyan pair, and Phi and Alice are a magenta pair. The remaining 3s are all solos. Kay is red, Dio is green, and I'm blue. So how are the groups supposed to work for the next round? I think the next door is going to be those white ones down in the Floor B warehouse.
Yeah, I heard about those. Alice told me about them while we were here waiting for you and Clover. I think I've got them figured out.
Yeah? So lay it out for us. How are the groups going to shake out this time? Okay. Option A. Tenmyoji and Quark pair up with me, blue, to open one door. Okay. Phi and Alice, magenta, pair up with Theo, green, to open another door. Huh. Oh, I didn't know it could work like that. Okay. Luna and Clover pair up with Kay.
Oh? Is there only one option?
Yes. No other combinations would be able to open the secondary doors. Admittedly, Tenmyoji and Quark aren't here for us to check, but I'm sure they're the yellow pair. If they weren't, then Sigma would be stuck without anybody he could pair up with.
Oh, God. I never thought I'd have to put up with Dio again.
Well, you just didn't think hard enough then. Sooner or later, everybody puts up with Dio. Wait.
Alright. I guess to the Floor B house then?
What should we do now? It looks like we have a lot of time until the primary doors open.
An hour and 21. Yep. About 80 minutes.
I'm worried about Quark's condition. Those pods can't cure Radical 6. He still needs help.
Well, we don't have anything to lose, so we might as well look for that medicine. Excelavir, right?
Yeah. What about the rest of you?
Oh, I'll help.
As will I.
Me too.
Fine. I guess I can help.
What about you, Sigma?
Of course I'll help. What kind of a jerk wouldn't?
Okay. We should split up and search.
After some discussion, Dio and Kay were assigned to the pantry. Luna and Alice were to the treatment center, and Clover, Phi, and myself to the pressure exchange chamber.
Shall we regroup in the Floor B warehouse 10 minutes before the doors open?
We all nodded. Kay turned to Alice and Luna.
You are going to the treatment center, correct?
Yes.
Then please remember to tell Tenmyoji where we intend to meet and when.
Okay.
You must also remember to bring Quark with you. I am concerned about removing him from the pod, but it can't be helped. Without Quark's bracelet, Sigma and Tenmyoji will be unable to open the secondary door.
Right.
Good. Looks like we got all that straightened out. Let's go.
Alright, with a final nod to one another as we split up, each team heading in a different direction. So we're with, what was it, Luna and Phi? This is the pressure exchange room, huh? Alright. So, this is the pressure exchange chamber.
No, this is the prep room. There are 2 levels. The actual pressure exchange chamber is downstairs.
How do you know that?
Alice told me. She was one of the people who investigated this room.
Did you talk to her while you were waiting for us back in the warehouse?
Yeah.
Alright, well, let's head downstairs then.
Good idea.
You sure that room isn't pressurized though? Oh. Oh! Okay, so it's a small chamber, okay. So this is the real thing.
Seems like it.
Why do they have something like this here?
Well, this is just what Alice told me, but
Apparently the pressure inside the facility was a lot higher than the pressure outside. That was part of a system designed to keep the virus from getting in. It did mean, however, that we'd need to go through a decompression process in order to get outside.
remember all those suits along the wall of the prep room? Those keep you from getting infected. We won't even be able to enter the pressure exchange chamber if we don't have them on.
I see. Whoa, 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 whoa. Then that newspaper article was right?
Unfortunately, that seems pretty likely.
So the air out there is teeming with Radical 6.
Yeah.
Something's been bothering me.
What is it?
Aren't you saying that if we put on those suits, we can go into the pressure exchange chamber and go outside?
Oh. No, we can't do that. The door beyond the pressure exchange chamber is locked up tight.
Ah, okay. Just one door between us and freedom.
Well, if you look at it that way, it's the same as the number 9 door.
Okay, yeah, but...
Whatever. We need to be focusing on finding that Accelavir. Quark needs it.
Yeah, you're right.
I'll go look around upstairs. You two take this floor, all right?
Got it.
Okay.
Alright. We looked everywhere we could think of, but turned up nothing. Eventually I couldn't keep my mouth shut any longer. Let me guess, you're gonna ask about... Hey, what do you think the deal is with this stuff about the world being infested with some crazy virus? A pandemic seemed like it would make the news, but I don't remember hearing anything. Wait a minute, you mentioned it, didn't you? Back when Dio was asking questions. We were in the infirmary. It was right after Quark lost it.
Have any of you guys heard anything about any sort of viral pandemic?
Well, no, but...
And then Alice said...
I have heard rumors about a virus being used as a bioweapon.
So what's the rumor she was talking about? I got the feeling you and Alice were talking about the same thing. Clover? What do you know? What are you and Alice, anyway? I heard you guys belong to some sort of organization, but what is it? Clover was quiet for a long time. She bit her thumbnail and looked down at the floor. Then finally she lifted her head and met my eyes.
Fine. I think I can trust you. Just don't tell Alice, okay? Promise?
Alright. Promise. Clover nodded and began to talk. I listened with rapt attention, at a complete loss for words. Here is what she said. Alice and I are agents of the SOIS, or SOIS, which is under the jurisdiction of the Department of Defense. SOIS stands for Special Office of Internal Security, and we're an elite intelligence division that investigates potentially disruptive or dangerous elements, such as domestic or foreign terrorists, radical political splinter groups, and religious organizations with extreme agendas that can pose a threat to the state or citizenry. Our existence has been made public, so there are only a few people who even know we exist. You're probably wondering how I even got involved in something like that, huh? Well, it all started when I met Alice. I told you I've played the notary game twice before, right? Well, this was after the second time, so about a year ago. We'd just escaped, and we were all stuffed into this SUV, barreling across the desert. I was driving, and that's when I saw her. Alice. She was standing next to the road with her thumb out. She was already working for the SOIS, for the SOIS, and she'd been on her way to the building we'd been trapped in as part of her investigation. But on the way there, her car had broken down. We offered her to give her a ride, of course. After she got in, we started talking, and it turned out that she'd gotten a tip that the terrorists she was after were in the building we'd been trapped in. We couldn't see how us playing the nunnery game had anything to do with the terrorists, but Alice had a suggestion. Maybe the two people who trapped you in there are the terrorists. That didn't seem very likely to us, but we were chasing after them anyways, so we decided to bring Alice with us. Unfortunately, we didn't find them. As far as we know, they're still out there now, on the run. Anyway, we were taken back into SOIS headquarters and put into custody. I guess they thought there had to be some kind of connection between us being kidnapped and the terrorist group they were investigating. But they must not have found anything, because after a few days of questioning, they let us go. We all went home and returned to our lives. But things didn't go back to the way they had been. My mom got real worried about me and my brother, since we'd gotten kidnapped twice now, so she hired bodyguards for us. Oh, I haven't told you about my brother, have I? He's super awesome, for one. And he was in both the last two nunnery games, too. Anyway, we'd been grabbed twice, but the people behind the two nunnery games were totally different. That didn't matter to my mom, though. So after that, all these huge men in black suits followed me and my brother everywhere. It was awful. We were always being watched. People would look at us funny because we were being followed by a bunch of creepy-looking guys. I couldn't stand it. Just when I thought I'd finally be free, all that was waiting for me was another kind of prison. The only time I was really happy was when I was hanging out with my brother. So we were talking it over one day, and we decided to leave. Like, run away. So we did it. After that, we lived on our own. I worked in a cafe, and he composed music. He plays the harp, and he started writing this kind of new agey music. And it got kind of popular, so we didn't have to worry too much about surviving. Sometimes he'd play at little venues like coffee houses and stuff, and his fans would show up and listen to him play and cry. Or some of them would meet on their own and recite stuff from the book he'd written and play his songs. I know that sounds kind of like weird and culty, but they just do that stuff on their own, okay? My brother doesn't have anything to do with it. Anyway, we did that for a while, and then one day, Alice showed up. I need your help, she told us. We need people who can do what you can do. So we went to the location she gave us, and it turned out to be the headquarters for the SOIS, where they'd taken us after the second notary game. They put us in a room with about a dozen or so people who were all about the same age as us. A bunch of them looked familiar, too. It only took us a moment to realize how we knew each other. They were the kids from the first notary game. We were all excited to see each other again, and we were hugging and shaking hands and stuff. And then Alice walked in. The whole room went quiet. She walked up to the podium and looked around the room, making eye contact with each one of us. Right now, a terrorist organization is preparing for a major attack. They plan to trigger a viral pandemic. If they succeed, they will strike a massive blow against all of humanity, not just any one country. It's possible that we, as a species, will die out completely. We are doing our best to prevent this, but we need your help. You are what we call espers. You have the ability to access the morphogenetic field. We need that. I'm guessing you don't know what any of that is, but basically we can do this kind of thing that's kind of like telepathy. I mean, it isn't really telepathy, but that's kind of the closest thing, right? Yeah. Alright, let's see here. Espers can resonate their consciousness with another person through this thing called the morphogenetic field. The purpose of the first notary game was to research that ability. So they kidnapped kids who had the potential to do it and threw them into the game. Alice had gathered up all the kids from that experiment. Well, I mean, it had been 9 years since it happened, so we weren't really kids anymore. Anyway, everybody she brought in was an Esper. That included me and my brother, of course. Then why not number 5? I mean, in the last game, he was using it all the time. Well, no, I guess he wasn't really realizing it, huh? Yeah, he wasn't really realizing it. No, at the end of 999, number 5 used it, so... Oh well. I don't blame you, though. Oh, I bet you think I'm making all this up. I don't blame you. It is pretty crazy. I mean, I was even starting to forget I could do that stuff. So when I heard Alice's story, I was like, screw that. I was trying to move on with my life now, and now some shady government creeps wanted me to use some weird ability I had for them? No way. I wasn't sure I could even do it anymore. Some of the others felt differently though, and they told Alice they'd do it. It was a job after all, and most people wouldn't turn down a salary like that. Oh, right, I forgot to tell you. She told us how much they'd pay us if we helped. It was a lot, more wealth than you can imagine. But I was still totally against doing it. My brother told me he'd go along with whatever I decided, so I decided we were leaving. A couple days passed, and Alice showed up at our department. She didn't waste time. The people behind the first notary game might have been part of the terrorist organization that Alex and the SOS were after. Wasn't that, she asked, something I might want to know more about? I mean, the people behind the first notary game are either dead or arrested, right? So that got me curious. My brother, too. But the clincher was what Seven said to us. He was one of the guys who got abducted with us for the second notary game. She called him on her phone right then and there and handed it to us. You guys are the only people who can do this. We don't know where Junpei is. He's gone off to travel the world looking for Akane. I haven't been able to get a hold of him. Please, just do me a favor and help Alice out. Junpei, like Seven was another participant from the second game. Akane was one of the people behind the second notary game. Seven was a Japanese policeman, which was probably how Alice got in touch with him. Anyway, that did it. My brother and I agreed to join the SOIS. For the next couple months, all we did was train. Half the time was general knowledge and technical skills, and the other half was learning to strengthen our Esper abilities. They'd actually known about Esper for quite a while, and had a lot of techniques that helped us get better and stronger. After several months of hard work, we were finally ready for our first field missions. Mine was an infiltration. My brother stayed at the base so I could relay information back through him. I was supposed to sneak into a research facility posing as one of their workers, then use the morphogenic field to transmit what I found back to my brother. But everything went wrong. It was a trap. The whole research facility was fake, and I got captured. Alice had to come rescue me. Wait, hold up. Wasn't it her first operation then? Why didn't they send not like a supervisor, but like a, how do I put this? It's like the buddy system. Get another person who's more experienced in this to go with her. That way they can't. I mean, if it's her first mission and all she did was train. I mean, whatever. I had been sending information about the inside of the facility to my brother, and Alice used that information to come and find me. As soon as she got there, she picked me up and carried me out. I was relieved and happy to be alive and free, but I also felt ashamed and miserable. While she was carrying me back out, I started to cry. She was just so cool, and I wasn't. I wanted to be just like her. So from that day onward, I did everything I could to be more like Alice. Our infiltration ended in failure, but we did manage to get something useful. In fact, we were able to figure out where their headquarters was. Really? The directors decided that December 25th, 2028 would be the day we would strike. This time I promised myself we wouldn't screw it up. I was finally going to get some answers out about something that had been with me for the most of my life. But then, December 22nd, 3 days before the raid, Alice and I were attacked by people in gas masks while we were going over our plans. Huh. And when you woke up, you were in the warehouse. But wait, December 25th was the day we were abducted. So...
Yeah.
All that talking seemed to have tired Clover out. She sighed, and her long hair swayed as she moved. Hey, I've got a few questions.
What are they?
Well, first off, your, powers, I guess. I'm guessing you can't use them right now?
Yeah. I'm not really sure why. I've been sending my brother messages ever since I woke up, but...
No response?
Yeah. If there was another Esper here, they could make me stronger. But that's just wishful thinking. Wait. Well, if there's someone else who's stronger than me, then they kind of absorb my powers. Maybe No, never mind. That's probably not it.
So if there's espers in the same location, they amplify the power? Okay. Right, whatever. I have some other questions, so moving on. I think I understand what Alice was talking about now. They were trying to spread that virus, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
so who are they?
I can't tell you that.
What? Why not? You told me all the other stuff, but this is too much?
Well, Alice would be mad at me.
I already told you I wouldn't tell her.
But...
Fine. Let me rephrase then. When are they going to do it?
Well, if we knew that, we wouldn't have gone to all that trouble.
So you don't know?
No, all we know is soon.
But that could mean just about anything.
Yeah, it could be next week or next month or even next year. Or it could have happened already.
Wait, you mean they might have already released the virus?
Wouldn't that make the most sense?
True.
Like, how about this room? Or that newspaper article? And the 3 people who were put in cold sleep.
Are you saying that you, me, and Alice were frozen and the pandemic happened while we were on ice? Wait, no, that doesn't make sense. Nobody else has heard of Radical 6 either.
Maybe they're lying.
Oh, maybe. Really? All 6 of them?
Well, if Kay really does have memory loss, then it's only 5.
Yeah, but some of them don't really seem like they'd be lying. Dio's probably lying. Phi, maybe. Luna probably wouldn't lie, right? Who else? Tenmyoji and Quark? Well, I'm not sure. Maybe they would, maybe they wouldn't, but it does seem like a stretch to assume all 5 of them would lie, though.
Quark is out too.
So you're saying Tenmyoji, Dio, Phi, and Luna are all lying? Well, I guess they are a little suspicious.
Right?
And what's their motive?
For lying? How would I know?
Then what's the motive for a terrorist organization to start a pandemic in the first place?
I heard it was something about purifying the unclean?
Purifying the unclean?
Oh, unclean. Unclean, unclean, unclean.
What? What are you doing?
Shut up! Just hold on a minute. I'm this close to remembering. Unclean, clean, een.
She leapt up, suddenly excited.
Neostigmine!
Neo what?
Did you forget it already? I'm talking about this stuff.
As she spoke, she pulled out something. Yeah, what about that? An injection gun. It was in the safe in the treatment center.
Yeah!
Right.
Exactly!
Are you saying we've heard about this Neo? Oh, you're talking about the one with 0,
yeah,
right?
That's what I'm saying. I just remembered.
You remembered?
My brother told me about that. Neostigmine is a type of colon esterase inhibitor. That means it's a sort of antidote for tubocurarine.
Sorry, but I still don't get it.
How easy do I have to make it? Ugh. Okay, fine. I'll start at the top, all right? The stuff I've got in here is neostigmine, which counteracts the muscle relaxant tubocurarine. Following me?
Tubocurarine is the poison in our bracelets, right?
Right. It's the second thing we get injected with if we're penalized.
First, is this over real? Which puts you to sleep. 9 minutes later, the tubocurarine is injected, numbing your respiratory muscles. I guess you could say it'll really take your breath away.
So you're saying this neostigmine keeps it from working?
Yes! Oh my god, how many times are you going to make me say it?
So we can just inject ourselves with this if we get penalized?
Yeah! We don't have to die. We're gonna be okay. We can only pull the trigger once, though.
That means we can only use it on one person.
Yeah.
Well, it's still good news. This means one of us can break the rules once. Like, let's see.
The best way to use it would be for sneaking through the number 9 door.
Yeah, we can get an extra person.
If somebody gets 9 points, they can open it, right? With this stuff, somebody who doesn't have 9 points could still leave with them. Anyway, I'm gonna go tell Alice.
What? Hey, Clover, wait! Clover! It was too late. Clover was already on the lift and on gone. I was, I think understandably, upset. With no stairs, my only choice was to wait for the lift to come back down. As soon as it was back, I jumped on and headed upstairs. Upstairs we go. Fi! Where did Clover go? Fi! Can you hear me? You alright, Fi? She didn't say anything. Just... Her eyes seemed slightly glazed, and her body was unnaturally stiff. Fi? I grabbed her shoulder and shook gently. Slowly scraped her arm, fingers drooping limply from it. She gestured toward the exit that led away from the warehouse. That way? She went out that door? Fi's only answer was a slow, shallow nod. Right, got it. Thanks. I headed for the exit, then paused. You look pretty tired. Get some rest, alright? Still no response. There was something that seemed odd about her, but catching Clover seemed more like a priority. I turned back around and jogged out the door, toward the treatment center. That was weird. I guess this is back to the treatment center, though. What's here? They're not here. Alrighty then. Where are they? Huh? This is weird. Where is everybody? I'd assumed Alice would be in the treatment center, so Clover wouldn't have gone to find her, but... the room was empty. Luna and Tenmyoji were gone too. They'd left Quark on the readout in his pod and said his vital signs were still normal. As far as I could tell, he was still asleep. Fine. Guess it's time to go look somewhere else. I made my way out of the treatment center. Not the pantry. Nothing in warehouse B. Nowhere? Yeah, where are they? I guess they have... No. Yeah. No, not here either. What the heck? What is going on here? I can't find anybody. Every single room is empty. Wait, there's still one more place I haven't checked. The lounge. Oh, the infirmary. Alright. I guess that means everyone should be in here. But what are they doing in here exactly? I ran into the room and stopped short. I might as well have run into a brick wall. My chest tightened so much I could barely breathe. No. What happened? I felt my whole body convulse, whether from terror or nausea. I couldn't tell. My legs went limp, and I crumpled to the floor. Something sticky pressed against the palm of my hand, and I looked down to see blood. A vast, warm pool of fresh blood stretching out across the room, lapping at my legs and hands. Why? This can't be real. How could... Yeah? Yeah, what happened? What happened? What happened? Everyone's dead except for Kay, it looks like? Kay and Quark? What In the middle of the lake of blood, like an island of flesh, were bodies. They were a bloody triangle of lifeless limbs and dead eyes, with too much blood and chaos for me to tell who was who. Had they sliced themselves open, or stabbed one another? Why is Vi there? We just talked to her! I couldn't tell. All the blood. Too much blood. Whatever they'd done, it was clear what tool they'd used to do it. A scalpel lay in the blood next to them, its handle and blade streaked with gore. This was how they had died. This tiny blade. Oh God. This is it. It's all over. This is how it ends. That's right. I have to end it. This nightmare will finally be over. Time to wake up. My fingers scraped across the floor as I picked up the scalpel. I lifted it slowly, carefully to my neck, as if someone were guiding my hand with theirs, and drew it across my throat. Well, that was something. That was certainly something. Yeah. Well, at least I didn't go through the whole drawn out thing like last time. I don't have to feel too uncomfortable. But, yeah guys, that was Virtue's Last Reward. It was a fun game. It was pretty short, about 5 episodes. Shorter than I thought. Who am I kidding? It's not over yet. Let me see if I can't... Wait, what? Do I have to wait through the entire credits for this? No. Okay, I guess I'll pause the recording now. To, I guess, wait until all this is done, because we're gonna see this either a few more times or what, I don't know. But it's really weird that... Oh, yeah, okay. So, I thought I'd be able to skip through this, but no, I guess not. Alright, just wait a second then. Oh, we're back, okay. Clover End, huh. Right. And if we save our game, not here, let's save here, you'll see that yep, Clover's picture popped up. I'm gonna scroll over back to my save file, and as you can see, of course, every single character here has their own ending. And only one of them is the true ending. I won't spoil which, but yeah. Anyways, I think beyond that, well, we already saved our game, right? So, right. That leads us to this point. I think if once I restart, if I click that save file, it'll bring me to the beginning of the game. So, yeah, that was one ending of, well, a lot. But yeah, we're gonna see a few more kinds of things happening here. How do I put this? I think what we'll do, we're like an hour already into it, so I think next up we're gonna pick Betray, see what lies in this path, and after that, if we still have time, I'll go through this route. I kind of want to do one like area here before I split off and do whatever's in these two. So we already picked the yellow door, so we're fine on that front. And we already have the, I guess, red and blue doors here, too. So that's nice. That's nice to know. Though, weirdly, I think all of these are the same doors. The red, blue, and green doors. Which means they might have all the same puzzles, right? So, I guess we might be able to just skip through them and such. I don't know. Alright. I guess let's hit return and see what happens. Ah, right. And I can use the... What the... Yeah? Wait. I thought there was a skip button. I thought there was a... Okay, yeah. So there is a skip button. Okay. Good. Thank you, game. Good. So, that will be it for this episode, and next time, well, I'll go on this path and see what we got. You know what? I'm gonna go in here. Just so we can just get right into it.
I think we should choose ally.
Okay, there it is. Let's save right here. Alright, so, I guess with that being said, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.